I wanted to make a video just sharing a lot of information about the rhythm changes chord progression. This is one of the baddest progressions in the game, and when I say baddest, I mean it's awesome. It's a really, really fun tune to play over, and you have a lot of freedom with how you treat the progression. In the SK Improv Studio, a lot of what we talk about is how to combine all of these chord changes that are happening in the A section so that you can take your ideas and play more simply over this progression. If we look at the first 4 bars of the A section, you'll typically have 1, 6, 2, 5, 3, 6, 2, 5 happening for those 4 bars. But what we can do is combine all of that information together and just think of the 1 chord. One of the concepts I teach in the Improv Studio is how to riff over those 8 bars so that you can free up your ideas and have more things to play in those sections. Let's check out what one of these ideas sounds like right now. What you're happening for those entire 8 bars is really just 2 blues-based ideas for all of those different chords that are going by. And what is great is you can have a lot of harmony happening behind a repetitive idea that you're developing. You're still going to get a really great interest happening as long as you're making solid phrases. If you dug those lines, there's going to be a free PDF download on my website. The link is in the description below. Check it out and play through it, get it under your fingers, and experiment with these ideas. The next thing that we talked about last month in the Improv Studio was harmonic outlines and using a harmonic outline over the chord progression, the rhythm changes. And this is where we start to dig into all of these different chord changes that are happening. Let's have a listen to harmonic outline number 1 over, again, the first 8 bars to the rhythm changes progression. What you can see here is we have arpeggio-based ideas, but they're decorating the harmony in a way that really helps you paint a clearer picture for what all these intricacies are that are happening in this great progression. Again, there's a free PDF download of these 8 measures so you can shed this and hear what it sounds like. And if you apply some solid practice, you gain the ability to create a really clear picture of the rhythm changes progression and have a really solid foundation for with which to build your lines as an improviser. One thing I like to provide with all of the chord progressions that I work with is an etude that utilizes great Bbop language over that chord progression. Let's check out the first 8 bars of the SK Improv Studio Rhythm Changes Bbop etude. In here you'll see some great ideas that I have heard Hank Mobley play, Sonny Stitt, Charlie Parker, Sonny Rollins. All of these cats were speaking this great language in their improvisations over their classic recordings. This is constantly evolving, and as I do this more and more, I write better and better etudes, and I know it'll work the same way for you. From here, try writing your own 8 bars. There's no doubt in my mind that you'll come up with your own unique creation that probably sounds really great as well. The next thing that we're always checking out in the studio, and I always like to practice in my own personal practice sessions, is working out ideas in all 12 keys. Now what you're going to hear over the first 8 bars of rhythm changes is just the first 2 bars of the etude you just listened to going up in half steps. It's going to create some tensions over the first 8 bars of the rhythm changes progression, but going back to the blanket approach that we talked about originally, this is another technique that you can use over the rhythm changes progression to get just a lot of tension in your sound, so that when you get to these distant key centers, getting back into the key center that the rhythm changes progression is in, whatever that home key is going to give you that release and just sound awesome when you get back to it. Let me know if you agree in the comments section. The goal with this idea every month is to really try and get these down in all 12 keys and have the facility to utilize that idea over the chord progression. The final thing I want to talk about is I just created a transcription book of myself improvising 12 unique choruses over rhythm changes in 12 different key centers. Let's check out the first A section of a rhythm changes in C that I improvised in one of these transcription choruses. These transcriptions were brought to you by an awesome transcriber by the name of Wesley Shin. He's also a great tenor player. He cranked these transcriptions out in a relatively short period of time with just amazing accuracy and very, very few questions asked. It was a delight to work with him, and I'm so thankful that he took the time to write all these out. Shout out to Wesley. Thank you, Kat. If you're looking for ways to get better at this chord progression, the best way is always going to be transcribe something that you really dig over the progression. What I've done with this transcription book is take the 12 choruses and provide you with slow and fast versions of me playing those solo transcriptions, as well as the written music in a PDF form for a nominal fee. If you made it this far, thanks so much for checking this video out. Please check out the resources on my website and stay tuned for more future videos.